fixin' for another big game. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see running back Joe Mixon coming off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa for the call of this one. We bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Now we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by their veteran quarterback now in his 16th season from NC State, Phillip Rivers.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Connor on first down, able to take this one forward for about 6. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 12 carries, 64 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
First and 10. 85!
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And we get a glance now at the Buccaneer offense.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
On 3rd down, Rivers. They dial up the screen here to Burkhead. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. A look now at the defensive starters for the Saints. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers, that's complete to Sharp. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Rivers to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by one play, but they definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A look at the Buccaneers starters now on defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? On 3rd down, Mayfield. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and it's 3rd down. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. A give to Burkhead on 1st down. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
58.
The 2nd down run for Burkhead. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. 190. Watch the screen. Pass. 1st and 10.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. He gets this one to Boyd. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers, this is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Even. 4 down. Even.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time, 3 here. Not the worst thing in the world. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They go play action. Rivers. And that's caught inside the 35. Rivers now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Rivers. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
That's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, Rivers. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Rivers. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Again, it's Rivers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
With the score, Buccaneers 6, Saints nothing.
6-0 our score after 1. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Coming to you.
Rivers. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. This will be caught at about the 5. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Gay's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And the Saints, 1st down.
They go play action. Mayfield. And this is caught by Evans. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Grant. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Bucs.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
There we go. Good. 180. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got it.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
180. 50's to Mike. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Now Mayfield. That's complete to his running back, Grant. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. Try to pick it up on the ground with Burkhead. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Buccaneers.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Wait, 89.
First down, Rivers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Everyone got 4 down.
2nd and 10.
Wait, 89.
Now Connor. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
From the 27, Mayfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because some...
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. William Golston in there to bury him for a loss of 11. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And he's going to go down again. William Golston able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
All right, partner, count with me. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Look, he had all day to throw the football and never got rid of it and allowed for the sack. That's not on the offensive line.
Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. On the run is Connor. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down. Rivers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
From the gun, Rivers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The veteran safety Antoine Bethea there on the defensive coverage.
2nd down and 10.
We got 4.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Buccaneers, 1st down.
Rivers on first down. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
At the
To throw again on second down. Rivers. That's complete to his running back, Connor. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Rivers again. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Throwing. Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So out comes the field goal team once more. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Check right 50. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Mayfield on first down. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First down, Mayfield. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend. So lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's the veteran Phillip Rivers who's up to his old tricks. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Mayfield from the gun on third down. He's got Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On the delay, it's Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They will run with Grant. And an alley to run. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Corey Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
There it goes. There it goes.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Ertz over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I'm going to hit you all day.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up the 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On the run, it's Burkhead. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
41-yard line.
1st down, they go back to Burkhead. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Rivers. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Rip left. Rip left.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
We got 3.
Mayfield now. This is the tight end, Njoku.
Mayfield's pass.
That's where you belong.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Let's go.
A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
This is Grant. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
The wide receiver, the ball carrier. 180. A gain on the play. First down.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
The dump off good for 8 there on first down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mayfield to throw it. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer.
I'm coming after you.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, and a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Screen pass to Conner. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. A first down throw from Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 23 yards on the play.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Now Mayfield lost the football.
All day, baby. All
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Third and long for Mayfield. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw again on second down. Rivers, and he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers looking for his running back, and he's got him. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again here, Rivers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
To throw is Rivers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with counter. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. To throw on 3rd down, Rivers into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Pick 6 all day. Don't throw outside.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mayfield. That's caught by Jackson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Mayfield finds his target. It's Gates. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First down.
I'm coming.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, New Orleans.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check the outs. Check the out. Check the out. Kill.
Again, it's Mixon.
Run.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down.
Mayfield on first down. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be the Saints' first down on a gain of 16 yards. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
At the Buccaneers' 5-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field. The Jets have scored again. They're really opening it up now. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. That's complete to Sharp. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now Rivers on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they didn't change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for him.
Now Mayfield.
Well, how about this aggressive approach?
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. To throw, Mayfield. It's caught by Jackson. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run here with Mixon. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll run with Mixon. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Gostkowski's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Rivers on the money, complete. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Rivers to throw it. You got the big lead. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for New Orleans, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.